So Mackwop put out another failed bias TDE response to our Doechii take. Now, Mackwop is TDE. He was a DJ, so I understand his biasness. But the take was trash. The response was trash. Let's just keep it real. He said a few comical things, but bro, the comedy route is not going to work against the facts. So I'm not even going to spend as much time as I did on the T-Rail response on this. I'm going to go down my bullet points. I'm going to let y'all get whatever y'all got to get off y'all chest about it, if y'all have anything to say about it. But like I always say, it's hard for the light to shine when the sun come around. So I'm going to just dispel all the lies that he said. Really, you need to go try to perform down at Chocolate Sundays or Comic View or something. Nigga, you want to be a comedian so bad. But that's what happens when they don't have no facts and they only rely on entertainment. So entertainment and comedy is really his only power, if you want to call that. That's his only skill. He can't really rely on nothing else.
One of the craziest things he said, he tried to compare her to Lauryn Hill. I said, and I laughed at that because Lauryn Hill was the epitome of opening minds and praising the Most High and having understanding and knowledge. That's what the main thing she preached.
Why he said that is because Lauryn Hill brought her on stage and co-signed her and shit like that.
Yeah,
that's where that came from. But pretty much, let me just get this out the way. You try to rely on a comedic effect because that's the only weapon in your arsenal. We're going to stick to the facts. Your response was full of failed comedic tactics, lame personal jabs. First of all, the homophobic shit will never, ever, ever work because we're not homophobic. And since when did real niggas start using the word homophobic to other men? When did grown men in the culture start telling other men, oh, you're homophobic? And this is coming from a dude who worked with someone who was homosexual. And the homosexual dude, Dejan Paul, said that's all y'all did was be homophobic, to the point where he had to quit. He had to leave because the work environment was so homophobic, he didn't even feel comfortable coming to work with y'all. So the fact that you jumping out there pretending like you're some type of savior for the LGBT community is crazy. Because the response that we had, the take that we had nothing to do with the LGBT community. It had everything to do with the agenda. Why do y'all keep pretending like y'all don't understand what this agenda is and why our community is the ones being affected by it the most? To pretend that it doesn't exist at this point makes you an enemy to our people. I don't give a fuck. It ain't no other way to sugarcoat it. It is what it is. I get that you know Doechii personally. I get that you TDE. That's fine and dandy. I would have rather, like I told T-Rail, I would have rather you just said, I'm TDE biased. I'm not taking no TDE slander. I'm rocking with my people, and that is what it is. That would have been respected more because it wasn't so much about her personal choice. I don't give a fuck who she fuck with in real life.
They kept trying to say preference.
Yeah, I don't care about her preference. It was about, okay, every artist that they put in the limelight, they attach the agenda to them because they have influence. Whether y'all want to realize it or not, people are influenced. If you put agendas in people's faces enough, they start to become victims of it, not even knowingly. Y'all don't study subconscious programming and shit like that. So y'all don't understand the effects of even slightly just seeing the image or slightly just hearing a joke and not taking it serious. You notice you can't joke about the Jews or you out of here? People won't even say their names. People say them boys. Look at these podcasts. When they're talking about the Jewish community and the type of control that they got, they say them boys. They are scared to death to even say their names. That's the type of respect that they demand for their community. But you goofy ass niggas, we could just troll and just say, fuck our community. So the homophobic shit will never work. And to have a phobia of something means to be afraid of something. So what in that take gave you the idea that I'm afraid of homosexuals when we've had homosexuals on the show, on the couch, full episodes with homosexuals on here? So that's crazy. And then the rest of it was short jokes from a grown man. Short joke. Oh, he's 5'2". He's mad that Dochi's not his type. You kept saying 5'2" buff.
He said they 5'2". Niggas don't give a fuck about Dochi.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, sound
it had nothing to do with Dochi.
And we ain't never had a problem getting hoes.
And it's like the sound effects that you use. You use the sound effect for 2 minutes straight to build up to something just to say the same fucking thing you just said a minute before. The sound effects are there to give you some type of, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a well put together diss or response. And if we're keeping it 100, the agenda that we're speaking on, you guys are an example of that, Mackwop and T-Rail. Because if we really keep it 100, I bet when y'all niggas was on the block or with the homeboys, wherever you was 5 to 6 years ago, you weren't cool with the gay shit or certain things being pushed in the media. You wasn't cool with the trans shit or certain things being pushed in the media. And the reason why you're an example of that agenda is because this is what we're speaking on, the subconscious programming, that it breaks you down and builds you back up as a new person with new thoughts in your mind that you think is yours, but the whole time they put it there. Cool. So 5, 6 years ago, you probably didn't rock with the shit either, but you've been broken down and built back up, and you think you've done it on your own, but the media and propaganda has actually done it for you. Where now you think people like Dochi saying what she said is okay. Flashback to Lauryn Hill, flashback to Jill Scott, flashback to Gopley. These types of women, Angie Stone, Black Brother, Strong Brother. These are the type of examples that we had of Black women just 10 to 15 years ago. That has completely changed. And you guys don't even see that. Put the fucking glasses on and realize what we're talking about. Right now it's Dochi. 6 months ago it was Sexy Red and Lotto, destroying females. Before that it was Lil Nas X doing the gay shit with men and trying to push a certain agenda. We don't give a fuck who it is. It's about what they're doing. It's the cannonball that they're coming out of. That's what we need for niggas to understand. But y'all are too hell-bent on making it personal to not understand that. You're being way too obtuse about it because it requires deeper thinking and it requires decision-making and being conscious in your decisions at every point. And for a lot of niggas, that is not easy to do. It's not easy to, before you make a decision, okay, say, let me think. What's this gonna be? Before I support this, what is it really? So a lot of niggas make brainless decisions because it's easier to do that. We're not those type of niggas. Point blank, period. We all in sync. We all thinking before we do something. We're all high power. Go back to episode 33 when all three of us linked up. And they was doing it before me. They met me and I was doing it before I met them. So this ain't something that we just fell upon. This is something that niggas have been doing. Now niggas are trying to follow that wave because they see. But Mackwop, T-Rail, get it together. The TDE bias is cool, but to call niggas homophobic and say niggas hate women or whatever you're saying is bullshit.
Clown shit.
When you know exactly what we're talking about, we just so happen to be on the side of pressing lines for the community. Point blank, period. We don't give a fuck about any of the other optics. That's what it's about. And whoever's in front doing the bullshit is going to get called out. There is no bias when it comes to us.
Y'all begging for help. Y'all ain't y'all the big boys on the block or what the fuck they like to call themselves? The ringleaders or whatever lame ass shit y'all like to dub yourselves. Why are y'all begging for help? You begging for help from the LGBT community, trying to say we homophobic. You begging for help from the female fan base, trying to say that, oh, we hate women because we used to do red pill content. Goofy, that just let me know y'all don't really have no success with women in real life. Because if you go down to the epitome of what the red pill started as, it was all facts coming from masculine men, pointing out the flaws that was going on with dating and trying to build the connection back between men and women. The red pill was actually bigging up real women of women like Lauryn Hill, like he pointed out, and women who represented the black community in a good space. So all this ratchet shit, all these weird agendas, these sexy reds, all these ratchet retarded bitches who just rap about sucking dick and doing drugs and scamming niggas, that's what the red pill was against. So to say that if we align with the red pill community, that means we hate women, you're an idiot. And to sit here for 30 minutes to make short jokes, like that's really all you got is short jokes? That shit is crazy to me. I expected more from you, Mackwop. A grown man making short jokes. Not only did you make short jokes, you called a nigga buff for 30 minutes like that was an insult. Since when is being physically fit an insult?
Cuz said niggas work out.
You're like, what? Oh, you work out.
A nigga care about his health.
You know what that is?
You posted something like that the other day.
You point out what you lack in yourself, but you really want. That's what that was about. That's why you were so stuck on, oh, he's buff.
Short jokes.
You really want to be in shape. That's really what that was kind of gay to me, pointing out a nigga physical fitness when you're supposed to be pointing out what we said wrong. Nothing in that take we said was wrong. 90% of your fan base on your page, in your comments, on your live, told you we was right and you were wrong. Like, I don't understand this shit. This shit crazy. I don't know. These industry niggas. But what'd he say? Oh, that's my boy, though.
Yeah, y'all got to get it together.
Y'all got to get it together. Oh, another thing he said. Oh, y'all probably listen to R. Kelly or some. Like, I'm just going down the list of everything he said to try to dispel what we said. What the fuck did that have to do with anything? We had a debate about R. Kelly on the show, so that means I listen to R. Kelly and that got anything to do with Doechii How? What the fuck are you talking
He
about?
for sure listening to R. Kelly.
He said it on the show.
No, I said he listening to him. Yeah.
He said, what was another thing he said?
I thought he was trying to say we listen to R. Kelly like as what R. Kelly in jail for type shit.
He said, y'all are old and not hip to Doechii's music. It's not about the music. Never did we say she don't make good music. Never did we say, or did I say, I'm gonna speak for me. Never did I say she don't make good music. Never did I say she didn't put in work. All I said was she's giving industry plant vibes. If you look up the definition of what an industry plant is, her career and her newfound success fits that to the T. I think even Google was putting her picture up under the definition of industry plant. People was posting it. So it's like you can put in work and still be chosen. It goes back to what Anthony Mackie said about how success was given and not necessarily earned, because there's a lot of females who've been putting in a lot of work, who have a lot of talent and a lot of skill, who have never been chosen and put in that position. I think, what's her name? Rhapsody?
Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
Rhapsody, she's one. Elite MC, conscious. She has good messages.
She's still spitting out. She's still putting out good shit,
but
right
not
now.
that popular though.
She hasn't. She's
I
not
agree.
that popular
I know.
because she
They're not
spits the
pushing
truth.
that. Yeah.
And this was another thing that made you look goofy. You said, I didn't understand the gator race bait thing. You don't know it's alligators in Florida. Ha, ha, ha. You tried to be funny and made yourself look like a fucking dumbass. Because if you don't know what gator bait is, that has a lot to do with our community, about how they used to literally use our kids as gator bait. Literally used to use our children as gator bait.
Even deeper than that. They used to cut our women open for that.
Cut the women open, take the baby out, and use that as gator bait. So the fact that you didn't know that and you pushing so hard made you look like a fucking idiot, because I'm looking at her, giving her props for that. I actually was giving her props for that. That's why I said, damn, I thought she was tapped in. She had a white gator. It was gator bites never heal. So I'm like, oh shit, she's sending a message to the world. Mm-hmm. I can rock with that. I gave her props for that. And you took it as a joke of, I didn't know it was alligators in Florida.
He said she stay in Miami.
Yeah, she stay in Miami. Like, these niggas is clowns.
Talking about the Florida Gators.
I just want to know how to...
Straight goofball. Like, you don't even know your own history, bro. This is why all you niggas can do is joke, laugh, and be entertaining. Because the second you sit down and really start to speak without the jokes, you show how fucking dumb you are. You show how empty it is up here. So you have to rely on the jokes, which is why the whole response did not focus on what was actually said. It was just jokes and trying to be entertaining. And people sitting here waiting like, okay, that's cool, but where's the facts? And niggas had none. Niggas tried to say, oh, well, did y'all get at Killer Mike about the Grammy? Googled it, video popped right up. We spoke about Killer Mike winning the Grammy. like niggas, we hit you niggas from every angle. Man, you know what? I ain't going on this nigga no more. Man.
Nah, he low-key killed himself
with
his
tape. He killed himself.
Cut ethered himself.
He ethered himself.
Yeah.
Hey, but you still my nigga, Mac. You still my boy,
shout out to Mac,
Shout out to
man.
Mackwop.
Hey, with them dirty ass, dry ass dreads, nigga, if you don't go get the motherfuckers dipped and redone.
That was crazy work.
Hey, and a couple of your people, I ain't gonna say no names, told me why you out there jumping for that community. I heard they got you on some screenshots.
Uh-oh.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Freak WAP.
They send me the 69 god ass nigga freak wop. I heard they got some screenshots of you dipping your feet in that community, and you know what I'm talking about. You know that I know that you know that I know. I'm gonna leave that there though, in case you want to respond again. We can go down that rabbit hole, but just know I got the files.
The viral ways in the motherfucking building, man. We here, we ain't going nowhere. Make room, and if you niggas don't want to make room, we gonna bogart niggas anyway.
No passes. It's no passes for you niggas this year. A lot of y'all been wanting to jump out there and hate. I don't give a fuck if all y'all team up. All of y'all can team up. We running circles around you niggas. We running laps around you niggas. Compare episode for episode, line for line, bar for bar, gym for gym. If you niggas ever even dropped any gems. And I see the sneak disses. But if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. So if you don't say our name, I'm ignoring that shit and I'm taking as you don't want no smoke. We saying names. Mackwop, T-Rail, both of you niggas. The viral way. And I kept it light and playful for him because all he wanted to do was joke. So I didn't want to go in on him too crazy because that's my boy. Brick baby voice. What y'all got, cuz? Give me back in my high-powered bag on these niggas. Y'all, matter of fact, I just ordered some pizza because I'm low-key ready to eat. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
I ain't even here yet.
Y'all just cooked. Y'all ain't had nothing to say.
Nah, because
like, it really wasn't.
Because I was really thinking about that. Like I had to sit down and really think about how I remember being outside. We all was outside at some point, and the shit that niggas are saying now was not what niggas was saying 5-10 years ago. So at some point, you were broken down and built back up with something in your mind to make it believe that this is okay. You've seen it enough times to where now you feel like the shit is cool, and it's not cool. And we just gonna be the niggas to say it's not cool. That's just what it is. I'm cool with being uncommon and standing alone. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I just don't understand why niggas can't just acknowledge the truth. You don't necessarily got to go against your peoples, but to ignore the blatant truth where everybody can see it makes you look like a clown.
But niggas ain't never did a what they call it, another take on none of our shit. So for that to feel like you had to jump out the window for that, niggas didn't even have to do that. It was no reason, like you said, unless you've been feeling that way and finally got your reason to do it. That's the only thing I could think of at that point. It's like, yeah, we TDE, but plenty niggas didn't jump out the window on TDE, and we ain't heard shit about it. Niggas ain't defending nothing. And then we was on there with Mackwop. All this you could have said when we was on there with you.
Oh, hold on. I gotta double back. You tried to go down, you the fake Kevin Samuels, or you want to be Kevin Samuels. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Never did I ever say I was trying to be Kevin Samuels. The only thing I ever said was I related to the red pill because if you go down my Facebook the last 15 years, I've been talking red pill shit from day one since a young nigga. So that's what really drew me to the red pill lane. I didn't even know it was called red pill. I just was born up because, I deal with a lot of women and that shit is what comes with it. But niggas like that, them the type of niggas that quote that I said, weak men create hard times. Weak men like Mackwop create hard times because you let women step all over you. You let women push any agendas on our people, our children, whatever, and y'all just take it as trolling and as a joke. No, God put men here to guide and govern women. When women are given too much freedom, they start to crash because they wasn't given that leadership skill that God embedded in men. So when someone young like Doechii, maybe she didn't even know she was pushing an agenda. Maybe she thought she was trolling, but the powers that be that push the buttons, they know. And as men who are leaders, we know. So it's our job to put her in check and go, hey, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. You say you know her personally. T-Rail say they know her personally. So y'all should have been the ones to pull her to the side like, hey, sis, woo, wop, wop. So she maybe could have came out and made a public statement on it because I ain't even really hear her speaking on it after that.
She's never going to have to because of the climate that we're in. We talked about this on the episode. If somebody straight would have came out and said gay people or lesbians or whatever the case is a red flag, we wouldn't be hearing the end of it. We'd be still talking about it and seeing news cycling about it right now. But because she came out and said what she said about straight men specifically, nobody's going to give a fuck.
And people
That's just what it is.
And people kept saying preference. if that was the case, why she just didn't speak only on her preference about what she likes? It was no reason to even mention the red flag shit.
Right.
If that was the case,
Right.
if you only speaking on your preference, you didn't even have to bring no straight men in it. Niggas wouldn't have nothing to say.
And,
oh, that's just her. She gay or she like whatever she like.
And your preference, exactly. Your preference can be something without tearing somebody else down. Like I think, and whether you thought you were doing whatever you were doing, you're a role model, whether you like it or not. What you say is going to influence people. You have a following, you have status, right? You're famous. All these things, even if you don't want to be a role model and influence, you're going to. So you should have picked your words wisely because, again, on the other side of the coin, on the other side of the field, it would have been a problem.
Bro, if a white woman would have got on a podcast and said, my red flag is black men, y'all would have been in a fucking uproar, calling her racist. None of y'all would have been saying that's her preference. Y'all would have been calling her racist. Same way you same niggas jumped down Andrew Schultz's throat for trolling Kendrick because he came out and said, man, I was trolling. All y'all was on the cancel Andrew Schultz campaign. We got on his ass too. But the difference is we didn't allow him to use the I'm trolling excuse. I don't give a fuck if you trolling or not, nigga. We not allowing nobody to play with the community, even if you come from our community. Because all skin folk ain't your kinfolk. So you niggas is hypocrites. How you mad at Andrew Schultz for trolling Kendrick, but then you not mad at Doechii for trolling straight heterosexual men, and you supposed to be a heterosexual man? You niggas is looking funny in the light. You niggas have bent over backwards for a little fame and a little change. What do you niggas stand on? What do you niggas stand for? What do you stand for, Mackwop? I don't understand. Your allegiance to TDE is strong enough to say, fuck your people, fuck your manhood? Like, what are you talking about? This had nothing to do with her preference. I don't give a fuck. I like bisexual women. I want you to be eating pussy when I'm hitting that from the back. That's cool. That wasn't the issue. The issue was you throwing the dart at our community. And somewhere down the line, some little girl's gonna watch that and be influenced, whether she knows it or not, whether you know it or not. That's how it works. They put images in cartoons, they put images in movies, images in music, and after a while, your brain starts to get reprogrammed. It's called subconscious programming. You fucking idiot.
And people have to understand, we come from the community that something happens on social media, a famous couple breaks up, and our community argues about this shit. We turn against each other over this shit. So it is that serious. It's not something that you just scroll past because we have a community that lets things like that create a rift. So that's why we're checking it. That's why we're actually, you know what I mean, going into depth on it, because things like this creates a rift between our men and our women, specifically us. And when you see somebody that looks like us saying that, then you're going to go have black women that go and say, you know what, that's a fact, and agree with that. And that creates discussions, that creates a rift. Point blank.
This is why you need awareness. This is why you need awareness, because common sense ain't really common. And it is even sad to say, because you have grown people that's almost 50 and still don't get it because you're caught in the program. This is why bro always say we're here to lead the sheep, because you're not even aware enough to even understand what the fuck is going on. The wool is still over your eyes. Niggas ain't seeing clear. Put the glasses on. Goofy, they wonder why. And they talking crazy because you got the glasses on. We tell y'all all the time, go watch They Live. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't really get it until it start affecting you. Until it start affecting somebody close to you, or whatever kids or type of people that y'all got. Y'all don't understand that right now because y'all personalizing it.
How you didn't know what gator bait was?
Nah, he thought you were just saying some crazy shit. I don't
No,
know
but this is what I'm saying. Like, it's so way over their heads, they don't understand. It was
so over, he thought you was sounding dumb.
But see, smart is dumb to a dumb person. So when you can't understand something, we automatically label it as dumb. No, you just can't understand it because you only understand at your level of perception. What you perceive, that's the only thing you can understand. And we know it's all jokes, it's all entertainment. That's all you niggas can understand. The nigga said, this is Magneto. It's called a hand moocher, you dumb fuck. Go look it up. I'm not gonna tell you what it means. They have like hundreds of them. So Mackwop, that's your assignment for the day. Go Google, go study, go research what a hand moocher is.
And gator bait.
And gator bait. Learn your own history. You niggas is crazy the viral way. That's my boy though.
Shout out to Mac.
Shout out to Mac. Y'all go stream him, go run him up. Shout out my boy, man. You gonna see us back over there soon. Tap in, Mackwop. You had to get this clip though, nigga.